In late 2025, Iranian state media and defense outlets released an extraordinary claim. Iran has developed and says it is almost ready to field an intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM, with a reported range of 10,000 kilometers capable of reaching parts of Europe and even the continental United States. If true, this would mark a tectonic shift in Tehran's strategic reach and could transform global threat assessments overnight. But the real picture is more complex, and today we're unpacking what can be verified, what remains unproven, and what this means for regional and global security. According to Iran's state-affiliated Tasnim news agency, unnamed defense sources reported that a new ICBM with a 10,000 km range is, quote, almost ready for service. A missile with this range would theoretically be capable of striking parts of Europe and the United States, projecting Tehran's strategic capabilities far beyond the Middle East. However, it's important to note that this information comes solely from Iranian outlets, and no independent verification such as satellite imagery, weapons tests, or confirmation from neutral governments has been published to date. Experts in Western analyses caution that Iran currently lacks verified technology for a true operational ICBM. Developing an ICBM requires advanced multi-stage propulsion, re-entry vehicle technology, and testing that Iran has not publicly demonstrated. US and independent security analysts have long assessed that Iran has not yet mastered these core technologies required for an ICBM capable of reliably striking intercontinental targets. A publicly released U.S. defense assessment noted that while Iran could theoretically pursue ICBM development in the future, it has not yet demonstrated such capability and would need significant technological breakthroughs to reach ranges in the 10,000 km class. Iran already fields a wide range of ballistic missiles, but none are verified as ICBMs. Systems like Sejil, with around 500 kilometers range, have been operational and even used in combat against Israeli military targets. EMAD and other medium-range ballistic missiles extend Iran's reach across the Middle East and into parts of Africa and southern Europe. Efforts to extend range beyond 3,000 km have been associated with research and development, often linked to satellite launch vehicles, but without clear evidence of ICBM capability. These existing systems demonstrate incremental expansions in range and accuracy, but they are still fundamentally different from an operational ICBM. Even without independent proof, the claim itself is strategically significant. It signals Tehran's intent to portray itself as a global strategic player, not just a regional threat. It increases psychological and political pressure on the US and its allies. It feeds into broader narratives about Iran's refusal to abandon long-range missile development. In diplomacy and deterrence, perception can be as important as reality, and Tehran's messaging carries weight when it claims advanced capability, even if the technical details remain opaque. Analysts point out several hurdles before Iran could field a true ICBM, multi-stage engines with sufficiently powerful first and upper stages. Advanced guidance systems for re-entry accuracy across intercontinental distances. Survivable re-entry vehicles capable of withstanding the heat and stress of long flight. demonstrated flight tests showing performance beyond 500 kilometers. Until these elements are independently verified through open-source tracking, international monitoring, or acknowledged tests, most experts remain highly skeptical of a ready-to-field 10,000 km ICBM. If Iran were indeed capable of deploying a true 10,000 km ICBM with nuclear capability, the implications would be profound. It would place all of Europe and substantial portions of the United States within strategic missile range. It would break long-standing limits on Iranian missile range that Tehran has publicly claimed it does not pursue. It would elevate Iran into a very select class of countries with intercontinental delivery systems,